go. Good evening, everybody. It is Monday night here at the BTA Network, and it's our last Monday Mayhem of 2025. Yes, this is our final regular week before we go into Christmas and New Year's break, but we'll have our New Year's Eve suss-a-thon, so don't worry about that. All right. All right. Anyway,
yeah, we're gonna still suss the shit out of Shirley because she always seems to be the fucking sus when we need to figure out who it is.
yeah. Yeah. Anyway,
It's always her fault.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. It's my fault, and I'm not afraid to admit it. Kidding. All right. Anyway, I'm your host for tonight. I'm Oddball Extreme. I'm currently joined by three of my crazy cohorts. First, to my bottom right is our master creator, Frodo. Hello, Frodo.
What's up, motherfucker? So, right now, if you hear me grunting and anything weird like that, just know I'm playing a Legend of Zelda rando while we are on the show, and it's Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time.
Yep. Anyway, to my right, we have our resident Joker, Mike. Hello, Mike.
How's it going, everyone? Happy Monday.
And below me is our tiny sus, Janet. Hello, Janet. Janet.
Hello.
Okay, there you go.
Sorry, I was resting my eyes.
All right.
Resting my eyes.
It's like, hello, Janet.
What the fuck? Okay, so you want to hear a woodsy of a grab from the shop mic?
Sure.
A green rupee for 10 rupees.
Oh wow.
Green rupees are worth one, right?
Yes.
Rip off, kick them in the shin, and run out.
Take that, you! Ow!
No, I'm trying to get the I'm pretty sure the Deku shield is hidden somewhere else, so I'm gonna have to.
Welcome to the world of randomizers, folks.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Okay, now.
Actually, I don't think that randomizer is beatable because I can't get the Deku shield.
You can't progress.
Yeah, but in the meantime, let's just say we had a whole lot of crazy news happen over the weekend. Not all of it good, by the way.
Oh.
We didn't just have a whole bunch of crazy news. We've had in one day, in like the span of like 24 to 48 hours, we had multiple mass casualty events.
Yeah.
We also had two celebrities murdered.
Mm-hmm.
And and it's just like people are asking questions about what's going on, and I'm just thinking, you don't have to look hard to figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say something that is partially political, but does have a reason to be said. For anyone who claims that Donald Trump is in good health, you need to check yourself now, because I've been reviewing some stuff I've been finding, and he has to be taking a specific Alzheimer's drug that requires MRIs every so often and is infused via via IV every month or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That's why he's getting.
Yeah, go ahead. You finish that, because I just want to say that Sajo's also in their chat room keeping an eye on things.
Hey, Saj.
Yeah, he always is.
Yep.
But the point being is that if you watch his right hand specifically, every month or so, he seems to gob on the makeup super thick and everything. And that leaves a lot of questions as to his actual health.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, R.I.P.
I'm
Rob Reiner. Yep. Yeah, we got, the news yesterday. Boy, this was a shocker. Rob Reiner and his wife, they were found dead in their home, and unfortunately, their son Nick has been arrested for their murder, alleged murder. I have to say that. And
yes, alleged.
right, and he is being held on $4 million bond or bail. That's the same thing. But
I'll put Mike in. Mike will be held for $10 million bond for being a pain in the ass.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, and then another, and then unfortunately, this story broke today, and this affects those of us who remember General Hospital in the 80s because there was a famous wedding by a pair named Luke and Laura. Well, the Luke, Anthony Geary, sadly passed away today, resulting from complications following a procedure. He was 78. So
I actually remember seeing Lucas. He made an appearance in the 90s and 2000s and 2010s,
yeah,
but not as much as he was back in the 80s. Not as prominent.
yeah, not as prominent as the 70s and 80s because, I mean, the pair on every soap opera was Luke and Laura in the 80s.
Yep, you had Luke and Laura. You also had what's her face from Susan Lucci.
Yeah, Erica Kane. Yeah.
Yep.
It took her like what 19 tries before she finally won that Emmy.
For real.
Yep. But and no, Craig's in the chat. Hi, Greg.
Hi, Greg.
Craig's being a pain in the butt.
Yeah, and then almost it's like this was like less than 24 hours apart. Had that shooting at Brown University.
And on every single fucking one of these things that have been mentioned, there's been some kind of fucking tone deaf response from the White House.
Of course.
And like, I'm just to the point where I'm sickened by what I'm seeing.
And then of course, there was something else that happened in, of all places, Australia. Had 2 gunmen killed 15 at a Hanukkah party in Bondi Beach. But there's one man, there's video of this, you probably have seen it. He basically ran up to one of the attackers, grabbed the rifle, and pointed at him, but he never did pull the trigger. Now, he did get shot in the arm and the hand. He's been treated. He will survive. He will get better. And a GoFundMe has already started for this guy. Over $1 million.
Yeah, because this is what really fucking pisses me off. And I'm going to go on a small little rant here because I'm sorry. This is the last Monday Manic Monday Mayhem. Come on, do your job of the year. So I'm gonna go on a little rant about this, but the fact that for people who try and be decent human beings and protect others from harm, the fact that they need to start fucking GoFundMes to cover their fucking hospital bills is out fucking outrageous. I mean, serious talk. Mm-hmm. People like this who risk their own lives to protect others should be awarded by our society and not have to fucking come to require 1,000 fucking donors to help them out to protect their own lives just because they were decent human beings to help another person. You know, that's what really fucking sickens me about this world right now, is that a person who protects others from getting shot has to start a fucking GoFundMe because their fucking medical bills are more than likely going to be more expensive than they could ever afford. Does that sicken anyone else here?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I mean, no, I don't know. He didn't start it. I think someone in Australia started it, and they just
Yeah,
but they still been announced they wanted to help this guy because that money is not going to be used for not only for medical bills but for other expenses he probably has. Because the guy, the hero, happens to run a fruit stand too.
But the point that I'm trying to make is that it shouldn't have to be that. It shouldn't have to be where people do that. Great. If you want to give to this guy because he was such a hero, cool. Do it. It's your money. I'm not going to say you can't. But if people are fucking required by our society to fucking have to go beg people for money to survive, that's sickening to me.
Yeah.
Like straight up sickening.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to say that the people who want to donate are bad people. No. But the fact that it's the first thing people think about when a person risks their own life for someone else, that tells you where our world is right now.
Yeah. Because you probably heard this story too. There was a guy, I cannot remember where. He's 88 years old. He actually had to go back to work because what was it? General Motors had gone bankrupt. He lost his pension and he was trying to take care of his wife. She died. Then he had no choice but to go back to work. Thankfully, somebody heard about it, started a GoFundMe for him, got over $1 million really quick. But he decided he was going to keep the money, but he wanted to go back to work because he actually did like the job. But there'll be a point where he'll probably retire, probably in 2026. But still, because he needed money.
Mike,
Yes.
you want to hear a doozy of a crazy situation from my randomizer?
Sure.
I'm in the Kakuri Forest, right?
Mm-hmm.
Still. And I just ended up getting from the shop progressive magic meter.
Oh.
Okay. Megaton hammer. And one of the boss key to the water temple.
Oh, for crying out loud.
It'd be hilarious if Flo showed up and said, "Hey, Progressive could cover that megaton hammer."
But no, the progressive magic was 20 rupees. The megaton hammer and the key were each 10 rupees. You tell me what your first thought is on that, Mike.
All right. We got progress, but where's the Deku Shield?
Exactly.
Yeah. Now, despite all this madness and sadness, there was one very, very good thing that happened this weekend. Dick Van Dyke turned 100 years old. He made it. Because remember, we had a lot. Remember, Betty White died so close to her 100th. Bob Barker died so close to his 100th, and he didn't go over. Get it? But Dick Van Dyke made it to 100, and a lot of people are looking at some of these old clips, some classic clips. There's a great one on YouTube where ABC did something in 2016 to celebrate Disneyland's 60th anniversary, and like Derek Hough was leading the dancing. It was called Step in Time. I think that's from the music. No, I think it was Mary Poppins.
Mary Poppins.
Yeah. And like in the middle of the song, they open the store, out pops 90-year-old Dick Van Dyke, and the whole crowd and the whole audience just went nuts.
Well, because he's really well known.
Yeah, he's an absolute legend. Period.
Well, I'm gonna go further than legend. I mean, legendary status is one thing, but he's a fucking American institution at this point.
Yeah, and then there's also another video. He was actually the gnome in season 9 of The Masked Singer. And it's like the four judges. The four judges were absolutely in awe that he was there. The audience went wild. It's like, let's face it, he truly is the GOAT. He truly is one of the greatest of all time.
Mike?
Yes.
I just did another randomized seed, and out of one of the chests in the Kokiri Forest, guess what popped out?
A Deku Shield.
Nope.
Master Sword.
Nope. Even more crazy.
Hylian Shield?
No.
Okay.
The Triforce.
Zora Sapphire.
Oh, that's a magic.
No. That's the spiritual stone of water.
Oh. Wait, is that the second thing you need to open up the Temple of Time?
The 3 spiritual stones, the Ocarina of Time, and the you need them all.
Holy shit.
Yep. Now, here's something you might not be aware of about Dick Van Dyke. When Matt Shankman was working on WandaVision, that very first episode, of course, looks like it came right out of the Dick Van Dyke Show. Guess who they consulted to help with that? Dick Van Dyke.
Yo.
They had to.
Yeah, because they really wanted to nail the aesthetic of having WandaVision be like, the Dick Van Dyke Show at the time. It would have been awesome if he made a cameo appearance, but that's okay. But, being able to consult to it, that was awesome. But yes, he is 100 years old. He turned 100 on Saturday. So, happy belated birthday. Glad you made it. So, excuse me.
I'm awake over here. I'm just listening.
I know. Let's see. The only thing I got here, last weekend, GalaxyCon had a convention in Columbus, Ohio. Unfortunately, it didn't go as well because of the security team.
What did they do?
Okay, so here's what happened. This was posted back on Wednesday and updated Thursday out of Columbus, Ohio. Outrage has been pouring in after that weekend's GalaxyCon Columbus, with attendees voicing concerns about overcrowding and inaccessibility. It's just a total display of a lack of care and empathy for other people, and it's unbelievable, said Oleander Seals, who attended GalaxyCon Columbus, an annual pop culture convention. Seals said he attended all 3 days of GalaxyCon and that he was able to bring in his cane the first 2 days, but on Sunday, security collapsed the cane and zip-tied it so that it could not be used.
Cane?
A cane, yes.
No. Uh, okay. Speaking as someone who used to frequent conventions quite a lot, and I'm sure Shirley will help me out with this.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you, GalaxyCon security.
Yeah. Well,
Just because it can be used as a weapon doesn't mean it's going to be used as a weapon. And over preparation does something worse than you know.
yeah.
It's called it's called diminishing the people who need it. It's called um disability.
Discrimination?
Yep.
Okay. All right. There's more to this. I got upset, but also in an angryish way, it was just insulting to have happened, Seal said. GalaxyCon Columbus received similar reports and are investigating with convention officials, saying that they are appalled that the security company Allied Services mishandled medical and accessibility devices. They said the company was hired by the Greater Columbus Convention Center, not GalaxyCon. We are gathering photo and video evidence to present to the Convention Center, the security company, and the Convention and Visitors Bureau to ensure this unacceptable behavior is addressed, GalaxyCon Columbus posted on social media. Attendee Lee Drake posted a TikTok video that has been seen more than 1 million times with hundreds of comments from people sharing similar experiences. I like to advocate for accessible convention spaces for everyone, Drake said. Convention spaces tend to bring in a large disabled crowd. Drake is a wheelchair user and last year entered the convention through an Americans with Disabilities Act accessible line. This year, Drake said they asked security about the line and there wasn't one. Oops. They don't have enough space for it. That they already have a VIP line and don't have any disability accommodations officially, Drake said. What were they thinking? In a statement later in the day last Wednesday, GalaxyCon posted that family members of two of its management team also experienced ADA compliance issues from security. One involving a type 1 diabetic and a second involving a visually impaired person's cane. Coupling these infuriating personal accounts with the first-hand accounts of our staff that had to personally remove prop tags for our attendees' mobility aids and the reports we are receiving from fans, we become more outraged as no statements from Allied Security are brought forth, the statement reads. GalaxyCon goes on to state that this was not the first time it has had issues with Allied Security at the convention center. The convention organizers did take responsibility for line management at the show, stating that they were working toward more defined and easily distinguishable lines. NBC4 tried to reach out to the convention center and Allied Services, but there's been no response. Excuse me a second. There. Excuse me,
I find this whole thing offensive.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Same, I agree as well.
Because I will tell you something. Dragon Con is like one of the best conventions when it comes to disability services. They've always done such a great job. Made sure there's plenty of space for disability, for those with the disabilities and in wheelchairs. They have like a special area strictly for them, which is great. Yeah, Dragon Con's one of the best when it comes to it.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this. It's gonna sound fucking stupid, but if you're not willing as a convention host to support those who have disabilities, then I got a little bit of news. I think Sajo's gonna get a chuckle out of what I'm about to say. Well, I got some bad news for you. You don't deserve to run a convention. If you're not willing to give people's disabilities the proper respect, then you don't deserve to be running a convention. And quite frankly, you don't deserve a place in this society.
Well, here's the catch on that, though. The convention organizers had a problem with the security. The security was having the problem, but the convention did take the responsibility for not making it better accessible.
True. But you gotta also that if you hired the security guards that are doing this, then in the long run, it's your responsibility as the convention runner.
Right, but here's the thing. Back in that article, it said that GalaxyCon actually did not hire the security. It was the convention center that hired the security.
Oh, so we should be going after the convention center for hiring incapable, inept idiots.
Yeah, because here it is. Let me see. Yeah, where was it? Yeah, here it is. The company was hired by the Greater Columbus Convention Center, not GalaxyCon. Yeah, that was in the article. But something tells me the Greater Columbus Convention Center and the GalaxyCon organizers really need to have a chat.
Yeah.
Because seriously, that was dumb. I mean, what was that? I think someone had like type 1 diabetic. I think they had their insulin. I think their injection pen. They took their injection pen. It's like, they need that. Thank you.
Yeah. Taking something like that, you could go to hell on that.
Mm-hmm. Craig said they need beans. Yeah, but seriously, they need to have a serious chat. And like, because I'm not gonna lie, if they do bad next year, nobody's gonna be going to that convention again.
I agree with you. Sorry, my leg needed.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. It's okay. But I mean, seriously, DragonCon, they get things organized when this year's DragonCon is over. They already start making plans for next year. Make sure they find out what they did wrong, what they did right. Make sure that there's room for everybody to move around. I mean, they are dead serious when they say don't block the walkway. Don't do They're deadly serious about that, which is good. Like, especially in the Walk of Fame, they're telling you, they give you arrows, you got to walk in one direction. You cannot go backwards. You can't stop and take photos. You can't, it's like, I do like the rules. I'm good with the rules. I like them. I like the rules they have. I'm good with them. Because that's why there's been like 80,000, that's why you have 80,000 people going to DragonCon.
Why you have people who everyone has respect for people with disabilities.
Yep.
And I'm sorry to say, lately in this world, we've had a problem with that.
Yeah. It's like, if I see someone with a service dog, it's like, that service dog's working, I am not going to pet it. I won't even ask about it either.
Well, you can ask.
Yeah.
But if the handler says no, you respect.
Exactly.
But it is perfectly all right to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Now the problem is that Sajo is the show's service. No, just kidding.
That's cold, man. I'm kidding. Yeah, but now I remember an incident.
It's 8:30. That's why everything's so quiet.
Yep. Anyway, I remember one DragonCon. This was an awful story. Someone's service dog got attacked by another dog who was actually not a service dog. And that service dog basically had to get retrained. That's how bad it got. Because because the problem is,
What
you got
about the-
people claiming that
Hello?
they're. Go ahead, Janet.
Hello.
What about the person whose dog attacked the service dog? What happened to it?
I can't remember. I'll have to relook that up because that was a few years ago. But still, the fact that they allowed a dog that really had no business being a service animal because it wasn't. But here's the problem: you can easily find things on the internet where you can fake it.
Yep. It's really easy. And for me, I mean, here's the thing with my cat. Anyone who knows me knows I care deeply about my cat and would never hurt him. He technically is, in a way, a service animal, but he's not registered.
Mm-hmm.
He's a ESA for me.
Right.
Keeps me from going on 50,000 murderous rampages a day. Oh wait,
Mm-hmm.
I'm only a quarter joking about that, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
I generally do not like people because people fucking suck.
Yeah, but I mean, seriously, on the internet, there's an easy way to just get one of those vests, get some phony documentation, and there you go. You got your quote service dog, not a real one.
Well, you can get anything on the internet. You can look up the anarchist cookbook on the internet and find it.
Hell, I have a copy of the Anarchist Cookbook.
I
It's
hope
not
you
as
never
used.
use it.
Actually, the Anarchist Cookbook is a lot of phone freaking, and it's not as useful as it used to be because of cell phones.
Mm-hmm.
But I will say that there is. Oh, I still need 20 rupees. Shit. Sorry.
All right.
Still playing Legend of Zelda Rando. But no, what was I saying? The Anarchist Cookbook with the advent of cell phones is pretty much useless. Except for making certain fun
Recipes.
Mm-hmm.
fun things like learning how to extinguish, there's a good word to use for it, a smoker without a trace.
Hmm.
Or making napalm.
This is gonna sound crazy. You mentioned napalm because it kind of surprised me. K-pop Demon Hunters. There's a line in the "How It's Done" song where what is it? Rumi goes something like blank mascara, and then when it goes to I forgot that other one's name, but she says something. She says something to the effect of "fit check for my napalm era." It's like, where'd she get that from?
Well, I'll tell you this, and this is not to encourage anyone, this is just a fact. Napalm is only 2 ingredients. Well, if you want it to be a specialized version, you can use a different ingredient, but
Mm-hmm.
the proper recipe for napalm is only 2 ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
However, I'm going to fair warn you, if you try to find those ingredients and then make it yourself, you put the entire block that you live at risk of going boom.
Mm.
And that's not even a joke.
No, I believe
Okay?
you. I didn't say it was a joke. Trust me.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
clarifying it for anyone else who may be asking. Because the substance what it has that I'm talking about is bad enough that it can cause critical problems.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Mike,
Yeah.
out of this one, the shield that I got to pass the Mito should I think it should allow me to pass with the Helion shield.
Nice.
Anyway, I'm still here.
You're
I
good,
know.
Jen.
You're good.
I just did not want to fall asleep on any of you.
Oh
No
shit.
worries.
So the game has a soft check that won't allow me to go without the Deku shield,
Oh.
Ah.
even though I have the Helion shield.
Ah, I got my money back. Good. I got it back. Good.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, here's something interesting. A Japanese game studio, when they're trying to hire art applicants, they must draw a picture during their interview to prove they do not use AI.
I
Ah,
mean, that's a good way to go about it.
I agree. I do agree with that. So, this was posted last week. A Japanese game studio tasked job seekers to draw in front of them to make sure their portfolios aren't AI made. Sometimes modern problems require backward solutions. And this is one time I definitely agree. While we all know that generative AI has made it much harder for many people to get hired in recent years, the same actually holds true for employers who now struggle to hire new team members because of many applicants' tendency to use AI to cheat on test assignments and generate their portfolios. Proving that modern problems sometimes require backward solutions is one mid-sized Japanese game company recently interviewed by Daily Shinsho, thanks to Automaton Media. I'll get it right. Which now asks job seekers to draw something on the spot to confirm that the works they submitted in their applications were indeed created by them. According to the studio's chief graphic designer, known only as B, yes, both the interviewee and the studio he works at were not disclosed, their hiring process now requires meeting applicants in person and having them draw something in front of studio representatives to verify the authenticity of their portfolios. Sadly, the reason this became a necessity lies in the studio previously hiring several designers only to discover they had zero actual skills and were presenting AI-generated portfolios, which likely led to immediate firings and all the bureaucratic hoops an employer has to jump through when terminating someone, especially mere days after hiring. B admits that taking job interviews out of the online format and back to in-person is old-fashioned and a huge hassle for recruiters and candidates alike, but notes that, as far as he knows, other companies are doing the same, meaning no matter how laborious this method might be, it seems to be working and is becoming more and more widespread, at least in Japan. Spread it around the world, I think it might be even better. It's also worth noting that B's studio itself doesn't appear to staunchly anti-AI, and on the contrary, tries to promote its use, with B being among the few who encourage the higher-ups to learn how to read the room and have a voice loud and prominent enough to actually be heard. I also use generative AI as a supplementary tool on the job, but I strongly believe that only human creators can produce compelling characters and graphics from scratch, B says. That's precisely why I'm telling upper management that we should hire talented individuals, yet the company is steering toward promoting generative AI. I'm anxious about how much they truly understand my perspective. And that's the end of the story, but I actually like that.
I think that's the smart way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest with you, I'm sick and tired of people saying, "Oh, it's not that big of a deal," and it's like, "Fuck you too, bitch."
Now, I like to use the AI, but I'm not going to be selling it. I'm not going to be doing anything stupid with it because what I'm doing is, thanks to Copilot, I've got a good logo for 2026.
As do I.
And I'm gonna make sure that the credit is given to the fact that it was created by AI, because there are times where I can't. That microphone right there. There's no way I can draw that myself. It would take me about a year to get that right.
Well, it's
You
not
want to know
even
something?
that.
You can credit Copilot.
That's what I'm gonna do.
Say logo courtesy of Oddball Extreme and my partner Copilot, or some such shit as that.
Yeah.
Actually, you want to know the best way to do it?
What?
AI logo generated via AI by the Microsoft Copilot AI program using blank prompts. Something where you can literally just say, listen, this way that this was the prompt. What do you think of that, Mike?
That sounds pretty good to me.
Craig said, I dropped a cucumber on the floor today.
And what happened?
Okay.
Let me ask you a question, Craig. Was that cucumber cut from a certain part of your anatomy?
Oh.
All that coming.
What did you say, Mike?
Saw that coming.
And speaking of bad puns, I actually, when Mom and I go to the commissary, sometimes you have the monitors. They show quick recipes. They also have something called grocery giggles, where they have some rather goofy jokes. Like this one, they had when Mom and I went. Why did the snowman go to the grocery store?
He had to go pick his nose.
No. He wanted to pick up some iceberg lettuce.
Okay.
Question: did you get your updated card that you needed to still access the commissary?
Yes, Mom did. I didn't have to. It was Mom's card that needed the updating, but it's done.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, we got it done because, like I said, you see, we knew that Mom and I had known that was coming, but we thought it was supposed to be next summer, not January 1st. So, if you have not done so at this point, you're seriously running out of time because you may not be able because by January 1st you may not be able to use your old card.
Which card? What card are we talking about?
The military ID for dependents and such. It used to be like you have that black and white pixelated picture. Mom really loves the new ID card because it's in color. Her face is real.
So, do you have the new ID?
No, I didn't have to. It's different for me since I'm her primary caregiver and primary driver. So mine's different.
Okay.
So I don't have to worry about it. But yeah,
speaking of that, Shirley, I don't mean any disrespect, but yesterday, in my view, was a little bit stupid. Would be a good way to put it.
Yeah, let's talk about that after the show.
Yeah, I was just putting my opinion out there.
Yeah.
Nothing more, nothing less.
Okay, we'll talk about that after. But yeah, if for those of you who are like dependents and such, you're running out of time, okay? And you can bet every ID office on every base is probably booked to the heavens trying to get this done. So, excuse me.
I'm just afraid that certain people that I care about, like you or your mom, will be targets of a certain organization that has 3 letters.
Yeah, I know, but I mean, so far so good. So, just keep, the thing is, I just got to keep going with life. If I live in fear, they win no matter what. So, can't stop living.
Anyway, so do you have any other good stories, or are we
Well,
just shooting the shit right now?
yeah. Well, I mean, there'd be something I would love to say about a certain someone who reacted to the death of Rob Reiner, but that'd be going political, and I don't believe in doing that right now. It has to do with
Idiot.
the idiot in chief. Thank you. But that's all I'm going to say. You've probably seen it. You've probably seen it by now, so I'm not going to repeat it.
I got an article and it involves Walt Disney World.
Okay.
It's on my phone, so I can't post it to the window.
Okay.
Okay, come on, you stupid. Well, guess what? There, now it's coming up. I don't think Walt Disney World's gonna win.
What's
Walt
up?
Disney World sues government over billions of dollars in contested property taxes. Walt Disney World has continued the tradition of suing the Orange County. Let me start over again. Walt Disney World has continued the tradition of suing the Orange County property appraiser over what it claims as excessively high assessments of a number of properties around the resort complex. Walt Disney World has been filing these lawsuits for years, and while a number of the lawsuits over the years continue to move through the court system, Walt Disney World has had some significant victories over the years as well. Here's a look at the current lawsuits filed on Disney's wins in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Get down. I don't need a. Come on, you dipwad. I hate the fucking pop-ups. Some context of Disney's wins in the past.
Mm-hmm.
And more than a dozen lawsuits covering dozens of buildings and land. Walt Disney World asserts.
Later, Frodo.
Okay, later, Frodo.
Bye, Frodo. Walt Disney World asserts that the Orange County property appraiser has failed to utilize professionally accepted appraisal practices when assessing the just values for a number of properties. Disney says that the assessed values exceed the market value of the properties and therefore violate the Florida Constitution. Excuse me. In total, the claimed assessed values of the properties being sued over are more than $5.4 billion with a B.
Ooh.
Dollars. Walt Disney World paid more than $138 million in property taxes for the contested properties in 2025. It's unknown what Walt Disney World's total tax bill was for 2025. There's more, but I'm not going to read it, okay?
Okay, well, I got one more story, and this was actually a feel-good story for a change.
All right.
All right, Fairhope community rallies behind Coach Philip Rivers as he makes NFL comeback with the Colts. Okay.
All right,
So,
let's hear it.
So this is out of Fairhope, Alabama. That's down towards Mobile. I know where it is. A local high school football coach made his return to the NFL on Sunday. He was the starting quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts in their matchup against the Seattle Seahawks. Before this return, he coached at St. Michael Catholic High School in Fairhope. His players packed out a local restaurant to watch their coach on the gridiron. As the saying goes, coaches don't play, but that's not the case for 44-year-old Philip Rivers. Yes, he's 44. It's going to be a roller coaster today, player Aiden Edwards said. Rivers is making his return to the NFL after a 5-year hiatus. The Colts called him up to play because the Indy quarterbacks are injured. They didn't have enough quarterbacks. I just think it shows how much grit he has and how much love he has for the game, player Flanagan Hickson said. Before his return, Rivers spent his time as the head football coach at St. Michael Catholic High School in Alabama. Students typically see Rivers standing on the sidelines. Tonight, the roles are reversed. 2 weeks ago, he was out there coaching us, watching us play. Now we're watching him play, player Len Bodine said. Players and parents gathering for a game day party, watching every single snap. It's hard to express in words, parents said. Right now, all these kids are so pumped up, as you can hear. It's really important for the younger guys that maybe didn't get a chance to see him play the first time around to really realize their coach is pretty cool, a parent said. It's really a dream come true for our entire football team, player Brooks Maloney said. I mean, it means so much to us. Rivers played in the NFL for 17 seasons, spending most of that time with the Los Angeles Chargers. He played his final season with the Colts. He uses some of the plays for the Colts in our high school football season, player Charlie Green said. Cardinals players credit Rivers' coaching for an undefeated regular season this year. The St. Michael's community has always been so tight and together, player Nick Russo said. It's an awesome thing for us to do to root for our coach. It was a fight to the finish. Unfortunately, the Colts lost 18-16.
But hey, he played his heart out.
Exactly. And at 44, I'm impressed.
Mm.
So am I.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the little engine that could. I think I can, I think I can, I knew I could, I knew I could.
Yeah. Because here's the thing. All of the Indianapolis Colts quarterbacks have been injured. So they had to find somebody.
Well, he proved he could do it if he had to.
Yep. Oh, here's me. Sorry.
You're excused.
And if I make others yawn, I apologize because, after all, yawning is more contagious than the flu, but at least you don't get sick from it. All right, so anyway, I think we're at a point where we can pretty much end it because there's only 7 minutes left. I think it's fine. All right, so anyway, plan for the rest of this week. This is our last regular week of shows. So, Thursday, I'll be doing Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection. And then on Friday, we'll do our final regular show of the year, which is Among Us. And, of course, I will be doing a special Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links Christmas Eve stream, complete with NORAD tracking. Just like last year, because I love it. Mm-hmm.
Could you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Do a picture of Santa's sleigh, only instead of Santa, put some of the crewmates on the sleigh.
Okay. I'll work.
And kind of use that in the background for our Christmas Eve susathon. Our susathon.
No, that's New Year's Eve, not Christmas Eve.
New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
For our susathon.
Well, Janet, I already put them in hats, so.
Yeah. It'd be funny with them on the sleigh.
Yeah. I'll see what I can do about that, but you see, the thing is, we're not doing that on Christmas Eve. I'm doing Duel Links on Christmas Eve, so.
All right.
But yeah.
Then put Yu-Gi-Oh! In the sleigh.
Yeah. I'll see. Or I can try to put everybody on there. We'll just have to wait and see. Or, I love what Sajik just said. We're going to suss the hell of it and take our words to extreme. Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, especially if we get Lottie aboard.
Yup. All right, so we'll talk more about that during the rest of the week. So what they say are this week, I'll be doing Early Days Collection, and we'll do Among Us on Friday. So, next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to play the ending. So hang on for 15 seconds. Alright, so with that in mind, I'm going to say love, peace, and chicken grease. Everybody have a great night. Sleep well. Stay safe. I'll see you Thursday for Early Days Collection, and the rest of us will be here Friday for Among Us. So, peace.
See you, everyone.
Take care, everybody.